We got to talk about some. I thought that I was going to have a really nice and easy time. I opened up my trusty little book of Mr. Marcus Aurelius's meditations just for fun. I thought, that's cool. And then on my edition, page 75, book 8, section 22, you deserve what you're going through. You would rather become good tomorrow than be good today. He was just a Roman emperor. He's just a guy. And, I gotta say, I had to add this to the tags, because I have tags for people to be able to find me mainly, but, I need to have this in there now. I put nerd. Because frankly, who does what I do? Who randomly opens Marcus Aurelius' meditations for fun and just reads a passage just to see what he's got there? Let me do another one. Let's see if I get roasted again. I'm remembering the movie Gladiator. Well, hey, at least you're remembering really good film. Also, hi, Rin. Yeah, you are first. Let's see. Here, some book ASMR. That was pretty nice. Let's see here. There can often be wrongs of omission as well as commission. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to read the one before it. The sinner sins against himself. The wrongdoer wrongs himself by making himself morally bad. Got him. Marcus, you got him. Page 85, book 9, section 4 and 5 if you're interested. But yeah, I was really confused and kind of anxious about what I wanted to do today. I was like, do I want to play a game? Do I want to talk about something? Like, what do I want to do? And I was like, I don't know. And I actually have a story for you. So the reason why the intro music and the BGM is for the Hangout, the BGM is different is because I spent some time looking at like the DMCA stuff and copyright, and I thought I understood it to a level that I would be okay, but I found out that I'm just an utter buffoon. So I decided that I would not have any music on the stream unless like I had express license to do so, because I'm not a content creator, right? I'm just, well, I guess if I'm a streamer technically, but anyway, what if we managed to get country music? Maybe one day, maybe for something special, but like a very specific game just to like fit the mood and all that. But no, I found out that I was like improperly using music, and I haven't profited from it at all. So technically speaking, no harm has been done, but I felt really guilty. So I made sure to send an email to Azali, which is one of the like my favorite producers / composers. In fact, he's one of the reasons why I got into like FL Studio and a bunch of other stuff like that, and kind of was the gateway for finding like non-mainstream producers, composers, and their music. And man, ever since that's happened, I've had just a like explosion of stuff of finding wonderful music and things to like invest my time into. So anyway, I'm not going to read the contents of the email for confidential reasons. I don't know if there are ones, but in case there are, just in case. But he's basically like, yeah, hey, get back to me. Let's figure this out. And I need to write him an email and all that. But apparently, because what happened was I got a copyright strike on the channel, and I'm like, what? And and I was like, oh no. Because I thought that it was perfectly fine. And I went to the copyright thing, and they're like, oh yeah, you got copyright struck. It didn't tell me who copyright struck it, by the way. It didn't tell me anything except like where it was muted in the VOD. And it was for one of Azali's songs. And I'm like, what? And essentially, me and him are going to try to figure stuff out, and hopefully I can get all the proper stuff done. I don't have a lot of money. In fact, I basically have like nothing for streaming because I put all of it into equipment and stuff. But, you know, the good thing is that like Azali's going to be open and work with me. So I'm going to see if I can get that, you know, the BGM and stuff back. Hey, no. Now, I am a very fierce proponent of working together when we can. And that is always a last resort. But... you know, I got roasted by a Roman emperor But even though I got roasted by a Roman emperor, basically right before stream started, I opened and read the email from Azali. So I'm really happy that even though I got roasted by a dead Roman emperor, at least I have the opportunity to have Meowsynth as my starting soon, hopefully, maybe, as my BRB music, and hopefully I can also have the old BGM. I forgot the name of it. Oh, Please Don't Listen to the Song by Azali. Like, I want to have that back again. Check Twitter. Oh God, what happened? I did see some tea, as they say. Like, I was like, what's the worst way to say that? Are you talking about Offkai or? Oh wait. Oh yeah. That looks really soft. Yeah, Rin sent me a picture of a hoodie. I love that olive too. Olive hoodies, like, if you get like outfits that fit. When I dress, I try to always compliment how my eyes look and how my hair looks. Not always, right? Like normally, okay, I'll be real with you. Okay, I'm making it sound like I'm a fancy person. No, okay, I normally wear white t-shirts and shorts for the most part if I'm not out. Okay, I am not a very fancy person, but if I have to quote unquote look good, right? You want to match your eye color, you want to match your hair color, you want to have a good haircut, you want to look decent, right? I'm not saying that I'm a model, okay? I'm far from that. I'm simply saying I try to do my best to work with what I got, which isn't much, but, you don't handle the cards that are dealt to you. You just choose the hands that you choose to play. Sounding like the dads in summer. Well, I mean, I read Marcus Aurelius, so I guess I fit the bill, huh? Oh man, but I actually wanted to, because I know that maybe there's someone in the VOD or someone that may come later that may be like, oh, if you read Marcus Aurelius' Meditations, is there anything else you recommend reading? And to be honest with you, there's a tons. Like, Aristotle's Politics I think is really good. But the problem is that, like, reading quote unquote difficult texts are not an exercise in intelligence or capability. It's an exercise in patience, right? Like, even if you have like incredible degrees in philosophy and like law and all this crap, like if you go, wait, what was my citation on that? It was book 8, so 75, right? Yeah. Like, if you read something difficult, like in the word, and you're like, I don't know what that is. Like, if you don't have someone explain that to you, or have someone essentially like either tell you, or like you find a forum thread that explains it, you'll be like, I have no clue what this means. Absolutely none. And it's just an exercise in patience until you're like, oh, that's what they mean. And it's so frustrating too, because the amount of time you have to spend, I'm just ranting at this point, and I don't want to do that, but anyway, I do want to tell the story though of how Azali essentially got me into like producers and composers that aren't mainstream, right? So I hinted at it before, like Azali's basically the reason, but I believe it's he. I'll just say Azali just for the sake of it. Azali got me into it because I remember watching his videos, and they just randomly popped up in my recommended. So thank you, YouTube algorithm. Thank you. I appreciate it. Keep doing your thing. And I remember that I was really into like Monster Cat and stuff back in the day, like Bishu and a few other things like that. And like I used to listen to like Nightcore and stuff, and kind of revealing a little bit of my past there with the stuff I like. But the thing is that like I really kind of stepped away from Monster Cat, because Monster Cat was one of the only things that was really there, and like Trap Nation was like the only thing that was there that really gave a platform for people who didn't have an audience. And I didn't really come back to it because it got mainstream, and then the quality degraded, and it was like, gosh. And then years later, like 5, 7, 9 years later, however long it's been, randomly YouTube's like, look, we're going to go back and find you the new thing. It's the same old thing that you were used to, but now, look at this. And and I love like very thoughtful music that really, and I see the Twitter, by the way. I really like thoughtful music, and I really like music that makes me like fantasize about, like, I don't know, like fighting off a million demons or something like that and holding my own, the typical stuff, right? But the thing is that there's also something to be said about beautiful music for an intended purpose, right? Like the BGM that you're listening to right now is by someone else I found, by the way, yesterday night. Yesterday night, I was like, oh crap. Because I was like, I'm not going to have like unpermitted music on my stream anymore, right? I'm not going to do that. Like, that's my new principle. That's my new thing. I'm going to try to do my best to uphold it, right? And yes, exactly. And I was like, this sounds like really good elevator music. And I was looking in the comments for it, and I was like, and a lot of other people were actually saying the same thing. It was like, this is really good elevator music. And I'm like, I agree. And I was like, you know what? This is actually really good. You know? Now, is it as good as my other BGM? I don't know. I think I like it more, but I've also been using it for so long that I'm just like, oh, yeah, I like it. Yeah, if you want to make something, feel free. I mean, I may or may not use it on stream depending on, like, how the mood wants to fit. Because, like, what I'm trying to go for like, BGMs is, like, what is something that you can, like, give in your brain, like, 2 or 3%, like, processing power, and then, like, ignore 99% of the time so you can just listen to my voice, essentially, and look at me, right? And whenever you do hear it, you're just like, oh, you know, this goes hard, you know, this is great. And I still haven't really gotten the mixing correct, so, like, I feel like it's about a decibel or two too loud. So I just turned it down. So now it's sitting around -40, -45 decibels. I have my piano sitting in the... I really think that if you have the opportunity, I think you should just play with it. Have fun. Take your piano out. Make some music. It doesn't have to be any good. Hell, I'm working on a little project that I don't know, because I only seem to be able to make really, like, dark music, like, emotional, like, I guess you could say, like, in the quote-unquote, like, minor chord type way, or minor scale type way, but, yeah, if you make something, yeah, why not? I don't see any harm in it. That'd be fun. I mean, I love, like, one of the things I've been trying to do is, like, whenever I see something really, really cool, I try to, like, feature it on stream, because I know no one really watches me, but the thing is that, like, if one person sees it and thinks it's cool, I've achieved my job. And I'm looking at it, I see it, I think it's cool. So, there we go. Cheating myself there. But, yeah, like, for example, I featured a VTuber the other day by the name, and I still remember, I believe her name, Brigitte, and she did a cover, actually, and I think I even liked it, because I mean, I literally was listening to it on repeat for, like, days. It was just so good. It wasn't even a full thing. It was just an excerpt. I don't know if she released a video of it. I'm scrolling my Twitter likes to see if I can find it. But basically, she did a cover of a song that... Man, I don't even remember the name. Hold on. I gotta find this. I gotta go in my history. But, like, for example, I just showed, like, her video on stream. Or her, like, Twitter thing on stream. And I was like, this is amazing. And she is really, really good at singing. But I can't spell. There it is. Wait, did I get it? I think she's from Puerto Rico. I butchered that, but yes. Where is it? Let me find it. Because this is really important to me. Right, like, this is really good. Oh, damn it, come on. I didn't have this prepared, otherwise I would have had this, like, super duper, like, I would have had the link ready. I'd have been like, oh yeah, there we go. So give me just a second. Okay, thank you. She just burped as I'm scrolling down. Here it is. I'm too lazy to set up a scene for it, so I'll just put that in there. But, like, for example, like, I like to feature really cool stuff that I see that I think people should also see. And I don't expect or want anything in return. I just want, if people see this stream and are like, oh, hey, what is he talking about? Like, oh, that is cool. And I'm not lying. She is incredible. Like, literally the only thing she's lacking is a platform, right? And I mean, I'm looking at her Twitter page. She's got a lot of people that are following her. And she's apparently she's a singer and a live 2D rigger. And I think she also does Twitch too. Yeah, so I mean, this is just like, this is awesome. You can probably make it in all sharps and flats because they always sound so good. Yeah, my rule has been for FL Studio, like, I want to make my own melodies and stuff, but the only thing that I can really come up with is, like, decent chord progressions. Like, here, the current one I'm working with right now, I'll pull up FL Studio. I mean, I hope it doesn't crash anything, but we'll see. If it does, then, it's FL Studio. By the way, I haven't lost any progress yet. I have learned to save very, very, very often. And I literally call the song Strings New. But let me see. The chord progression, or the major chord progression that I have going. Ooh, that was a little bit laggy. Hopefully that didn't screw anything up on stream. Is a... where is it? Did I do it on the Rhodes? Yeah, the main melody is a G2 to a D2 to an A2 to a C2. And that's like the major chord that I got going. And I have like a little melody going, but I don't really like it yet, but it's just something I'm kind of dabbling with for fun. But yeah, I've been really off topic. So anyway, the reason why I like featuring stuff is because if someone sees it, even if they don't like my content, they may like theirs. And I don't get anything in return for it, and I don't want anything in return for it. Because honestly, like, seeing cool stuff, if you just keep it to yourself, I don't know, I feel like that's kind of bad, Like, if you see something cool, and I maybe one day someone will do that for me, which would be actually really cool, because then it would be like, okay, someone actually thought that this was worth sharing with a friend, and it's like that's the highest compliment you can really get. So let me pull up my notepad here, see what I wanted to get. Oh yeah, so I did want to talk a little bit about my my favorite book series. When I was a kid, I randomly ran into a gentleman by the name of John Flanagan, and I had two series. Well, one of his series and one of another series that I really liked, and I never really picked up again after, like, reading it for a little bit. And, oh my god, I just forgot the second one. Oh, no, there we go. Oh, there we go. I was looking for the author. So, the first one is The Ranger's Apprentice by John Flanagan. I love this series. I haven't finished it. I remember reading the first 3 or 4 books and going, oh my god, and then realized, oh, he hadn't written the rest yet. So I forgot about it. And then I'm like, wait a second. Oh my god, there's like 9 books in the series now, and he's like almost done. Like, whoa. And then the other series that I read a little bit of, but I put down because there was no more to read, was Warrior Cats by Aaron Hunter. And I've bought all the Ranger's Apprentice books, but I haven't bought the Warrior Cats books. So I really need to get on that eventually, but the main problem is going to be finding time, because I don't really enjoy audiobooks because I love the feeling like, okay, I can read really fast. Like, I can go through a 200-page book in like 3 or 4 hours, no problem. The problem is that whenever I do, my neck hurts, my eyes hurt, and okay, I'm not going to beat the dad allegations here, but I wear readers, okay? Sue me, okay? I want to protect my eye health, okay? And I wear readers because they have blue light protection. So whenever I'm like working really like intensively on a screen for long periods of time, I don't like literally cause damage to my eyes, because you will do that. Like if you ever work a desk job for like a year and you don't see your eyesight decline, sorry, you just can't tell. Write me a 1,000-word essay on what you just read. Which one? Because I can do that easily. I have never had an issue with writing. I have always had an issue with writing well. I can write you anything. Is it going to be any good? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have a quip or two in there that'll get you. But besides that, But let's see here. But yeah, I saw on Twitter the other day being last night, that apparently Niji Sanji got kicked out from Offkai regarding an Alouette, Reimu, Endo, and I forgot the other one that they included, but I saw that and I went, that's bad, because they released a statement saying something to the effect of essentially that, like, because of the international backlash with the termination of Selen, they're like, we can't really navigate this well. Because if they let them come to the convention, it seems like, oh, they're supporting Niji Sanji, which is like currently the no, bad. Which, to be honest with you, I mean, they deserve it. They're a black company. Like, no one can beat those allegations anymore. No one can fight that. But at the exact same time, it's like, we don't know who the innocent parties are in Nichi Sanji. We don't know who's contributing to the stuff. So it's kind of like, so that's just kind of my excerpt on that, which I thought was like really unfortunate for the talents. But like I said, I don't know if they were, we don't have any proof, and I don't think we ever will. But it's just like, man, it's still kind of incredible that, this may be the first time that a major company like this actually faces major backlash and doesn't get away with just like a really horrible public, PR thing for a month or two, and then they go back to normal operation, which is what normally happens. So it's really nice to see that they are still suffering, rightfully so. I'm not looking forward to your downfall because no, I'm saying that because, like, let's be real. If you follow the situation, this is the minimum they deserve. I'm just being real. I mean, look at Alira Pandora's most popular stream. It's also the most hated. If you look at the dislikes, it's like, I wonder why people hate it. And among other things. But yeah, I'm going to wrangle myself back and not try to walk through any more doors unintentionally. But yeah, this one's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter stream because I need to do some stuff tomorrow that is going to be extremely time intensive. And it's not regarding stream. It's regarding just like other IRL stuff. So I need to take some time in the evening to just kind of not only relax, but also do a little bit of prep work for tomorrow. So it can be, I definitely need that time. But the good news is that I have been really worried about, like, I don't want to miss stream, right? I think it's really important to have a consistent schedule because it isn't just me anymore, right? It isn't just Raz showing up at 7 p.m. and talking into the echo or into the void hoping to hear my echo, right? Like, you're here, right? So I need to do, like, it's not like a need, it's just like I want to follow through with what I promised. Like, I promise every day, 7 p.m. Now, the only reason that would change is that if in the future I need an extra day to make better content. Like, right now, I'm kind of just, doing my thing, right? But in the future, if I'm, like, making really good content, knock on wood, let's hope I'm doing that, right? Then maybe I'll need another day to really hone in and do it, so that instead of doing a stream every day and having content consistently, it's like you have like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then the Thursday and the Tuesday that's off will make Monday, Wednesday, and Friday even better. Because I think that a lot of preparation is key in running a good stream, right? Like, I don't do like excessive amounts of like prep, right? Like, I don't, sit here and write a dossier. But what I do end up doing is that throughout the day, I think about things that like are curious and interesting to me, and I just put it in my notepad, either in my phone or on my computer, depending on like what day or what I'm doing. Speaking of, like, another thing on here is like a Tsukimichi Moonlit Fantasy Season 2. I had no idea they came out with Season 2 for it. I thought Season 1 was kind of weird, and I thought it was like a watch that you give, and I didn't expect them to get a second season. I really didn't expect it. I thought that they were going to do Season 1, and I was like, well, if I want to read the manga, I'll read the manga. But recently I've been getting into not really buying books, but wanting to have books. Like, I have bookshelves of stuff, but they're full, and I'd have to get another bookshelf. So I kind of have to, I have to kind of hold back a bit. And I don't really like reading things on a screen because I do that all day. And I don't want to do that all day and then come home or stay home and continue to do that all day. It's bad for my eyes, and even if it wasn't bad for my eyes, I still don't want to do that every day. You know what I mean? So, well, it appears that I warped late than I would be. Well, right, let me show you what you missed. So I was reading, I just opened up Marcus Aurelius's Meditations just for fun. I'm a weirdo, sorry. And I opened a page randomly just for fun. And the first thing I saw was, you deserve what you're going through. You would rather become good tomorrow than be good today. And I thought about this. I was like, this is philosophical as hell. And then I realized I just got roasted by a Roman emperor that's been dead for like hundreds of years. And I'm just like, Marcus, he still got it. Even after all those years, he can still completely and totally roast me. And I was just kind of talking about like Warrior Cats and Ranger's Apprentice, and if you want a more quote unquote serious book, Aristotle's Politics, which is one of my favorite books. I have a lot of them. I like Aristotle a lot, and you may notice that the BGM and stuff is different, and the reason for that is I got copyright struck, and I didn't know. I thought that I was in the clear. I thought that if I just did like, I put the BGM and all that. Ooh, I made a mistake. Hold on. It's not a big mistake, but it's one that's noticeable. Everything's breaking. Oh God, hold on. There we go. We're fine. Nothing happened. Smile and wave. But yeah, I thought that if I just put the BGM, it should be fine under the copyright law. Well, I got copyright struck anyway, and good news is I'm talking to Azali, which is the composer for all the BGM for the starting music and BRB music. I don't really use the BRB music much, thankfully, I guess. I don't know, so I don't use it as much, but I really want my Meow Synth J-pop. Okay, I really want it. So I'm working with Azali to see what we can do, and it looks like it's going to end amicably for both of us. I'm hoping. Oh, you just made something? How did you make it in did you make it in FL Studio, or how did you make it? Because I can go ahead and listen to it and see. Because this would be really cool if just out of a random mistake and stupid mistake I made, if I could like inspire you to make cool stuff. Do you want to send it to me on a Twitter DM? Because I'll definitely listen to it. I just think it's cool, supporting people's passions. Right. I'll try. Okay. Yeah, take your time. But, let's see here. Notepad. Yeah, okay. So there is one thing that I need to figure out, and I have been trying for a long time. So I think I've told this before, but I use an iPhone for face tracking. Right. And here's the catch-22 I'm at. I'm using a microphone that I need to be really close to sound decent. Like here, this is going to be me an arm length away. This is me talking normally. See how much of a difference it is? So it really needs to be close to my face. Otherwise, it's not going to sound as good. It's going to sound like I'm in the corner of the room or far away, which isn't pleasurable to a viewer's experience. And I don't really have I'm not like Vox Akima where I'm up in here. By the way, headphone word hey guys, I'm Vox Akima. That's not me. I'm just Raz. And sorry, the impression of Vox was not what I was going for, but here we are. But I don't think that I have that Vox Akima voice, so it's the least I can do is sound easy to listen to, right? So I don't have any of the fans that I normally have going on, so there's no background white noise, right? I have all this stuff to try to make it as pleasurable of an experience, or not even pleasure, but more so just it is easy. You don't have to expend effort, right? Because who wants to sit in a stream or do anything really and have to expend a great deal of effort just to participate? And what I mean by that is whenever you go to a class, right? And oh, that's actually a really good point. You're in a program right now and internet here sucks. Well, here's the good news. Because I'm streaming at 720 60 FPS, the requirement on the internet side is much lower than it would normally be. Because I found out that the higher you stream in quality, it can actually affect a viewer's experience. And what I mean by that is if I'm streaming in 1080p 60 FPS, if you have internet issues or if it's not as strong as it normally is, you'll get buffering. And it's not my fault, because obviously I'm streaming to Twitch. It's more so how Twitch handles streaming to you. So if I decrease the load to Twitch, Twitch will decrease the load to you, therefore making it able to hopefully at least listen to me easier. Now, if for example, because let's be real, I'm kind of just talking, right? And you're I want to listen to him. One thing that I've seen that you can do apparently is you can turn down the quality of the video, and obviously it'll be kind of pixelated and, but the audio will be fine. So it's really cool that I figured that out recently. And one of the other things I figured out is, or need to figure out rather, is, so the Asuka, the model that I'm using, yeah. Can you not send it on Twitter? Honestly, I should make a Discord server. I don't know. I gotta figure that out. That's what I was thinking. I gotta think about that though, because I haven't formed an opinion on it. But yeah, that's something way like not that's a tomorrow problem, right? I wish I had time to sit here and like think about, okay, how do I feel about it? How do I want to go about it? But I don't want to rush anything, because ultimately it'll either screw you over or screw me over, or worse, it'll screw both of us over. And the last thing I want to do is do something wrong the first time and then have to fix it. Might as well just be a little bit patient and get it right the first time. You can't send it by Twitter. Do you have a YouTube channel that you can upload it to? It should be like, it should take like 5 minutes. Worst case, we can figure it out. But Rin was saying that because I was talking about the BGM kerfuffle where I got copyright struck, so I had to like change stuff. And Rin was like, "Oh yeah, you know, I can like write a piece for you, see if you like it." I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So that's where that's at, just to catch you up to speed. But let's see here. Yeah, so I think going forward though, 720p at 60 FPS is where I'm gonna stay, because it's been pretty consistent. I've been kind of doing it for the past few days, trying to see, okay, am I getting any drops? Am I getting any issues? And I have had 0 dropped frame. Well, I've had like, okay, I've had 4 frame drops out of 163,000, which is like 0.00%. It doesn't even render as 0.001. You can send audio files on Discord, but Twitter? That's weird. Now, for the thing that I was trying to say since I got... Yeah, I don't even know if you heard me talking about, you know, the benefit of 720p, but the good news is that I think I'm just going to keep going with 720p 60 FPS, because it's really working for me, which obviously is important, but it also seems to be working on the other side too. And the VOD quality hasn't really dropped too badly. Like, my main monitor is a 1440p monitor, so it's just a step above 1080p. Just a step is a under exaggeration, but the point is that even on a higher quality monitor like that, it still looks pretty good. Now, is it as clean as like, you know, like studio production? No, but I think for right now, mainly because internet for me is also a limitation, I'm just gonna roll with it. Into Arknights? Yeah, I did. So apparently, my bad, it's not a Steam game, it's a phone game. It's in the App Store. And I looked at it and I thought it looked familiar. I was like, I've seen this before. And I just never downloaded it for whatever reason. But the thing that I was thinking about, I was like, well, you know, I actually have been considering like playing like Blue Archive and a bunch of other games actually on the App Store, but I haven't really figured out a way to record it. Because I have an iPad, right? In fact, I'm gonna wait. Where is it? Where's my? Okay, hold on. You're gonna get default model. Oh, be right back. Where are you? There we go. Yeah. So on my iPad, I have this thing where, like, obviously, like iPads have the Ethernet cable, or the Thunderbolt connection on the bottom, which also allows you to like stream it to a thing. So I need to do research on it because I don't know, but what I would love to do is play Blue Archive and a bunch of the other games that are on there, and that would enable me to essentially have like the opportunity to play all the games in the intended fashion, right? Because the iPhone obviously is really good, but I have a I don't know what model this is. All I will say, it's old enough. It has the thumb pad where you click it. So it's a little bit older, but it should work. Let me see here. I'm kind of... Oh, another thing I'm really looking forward to in the coming future is Quinn Bennett's new debut. So if you're unaware, Quinn Bennett is he formerly was known as Kyo Kaneko in Niji Sanji, and he was one of the talents that I really liked. I really liked, actually there were a bunch of them. Well, if I'm being honest with you, I really liked Enna Alouette the most in terms of personality and singing. Like, her and Kyo's content, like, whenever they collabed was just, it was lightning in a bottle every single time. And then now that, you know, some information that's been, it seems to be verified about Enna and a few other people, it's like, I can't support them. But the one person that I haven't heard anything about, which, you know, I try to assume, even if I have a prejudice against them, that they're innocent until they're proven guilty. And Kyo, or Quinn, I'll just use them interchangeably, he's going to be doing a re-debut soon, and I'm really looking forward to it. Because he... How do I put this? He's like a... I don't want to use the phrase like he's like me, because that doesn't explain anything. But what I mean by that is, like, I can't sing. I can hold a note. It won't sound good, but I can hold it. I'm not tone deaf. So whenever I sing horribly, I'm completely aware of how bad it is, and I know why it's bad, and I can hear it in my voice and in recordings. But at the same time, like, with Kyo, he's completely out of his shell. Like, he knows what type of content creator is. He knows what type of streamer is. He knows what type of person he is. And because of that, he's really able to manipulate the good parts of his personality to be really funny and really effective in being, like, just an excellent entertainer. And me, I gotta confess, I'm very much so in my shell. I don't really know what I can do, what I can't do, what's funny, what's not funny, what's best for me. And also at the same time, it's like, I want to build a reputation that I'm happy with and I want to maintain. Because the last thing I want to do is make a reputation about something or for something and then, like, have to expend effort to maintain it. I want it to just be, this is Raz, right? This is who he is, right? He's a multifaceted individual with different, you know, moods and tones and stuff. But ultimately, you get what you get, right? You know, there's no snake in the grass. Let me see here. And one of the other things I'm really happy about is I was listening to this kind of off and on while I was doing stuff today. And I was like, man, this is really, like, easy to listen to. I'm talking about the BGM. And I was like, you know what? This is pretty good. And I listened to it basically all day. And throughout the day, I was listening to it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep this in. I'm going to use it for stream. And now that I am, everything is going good. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh. I apparently need access? Hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, I've never... So, full disclosure, I've never used Google Drive for stuff. I've used, like, a few other programs, but ultimately, I'm used to working with servers. I'm fairly tech savvy, but I've never done stuff for Google. So, let me know what you need me to do for that, because I obviously want to hear it. So, let's see here. Yeah, so... This is kind of weird because I do need to end stream soon, which is actually kind of a bummer because I feel like I've just, like, started stream, which is also one of my favorite things about this. Like, one thing that I have enjoyed more than anything else, you know, is the fact that I've had some pretty rough days this past week. I really have. And I don't talk about it because I like to leave work at the door as soon as I come home. And I'm going to continue doing that. But what I really enjoy is that I used to come home from work and I used to literally not be able to decompress. It would just be, instead of coming home and relaxing, it would be just another few hours before I got to go to sleep and go back to work. I might have to redo the music because you can hear the stream in the back. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, like I said, there's no rush on anything. If you feel like, you know, you want to do that, feel free. If you want to wait, do that. You know, I don't want to take up time that you could use to do other things if you don't want to. But anyway, I would always come home and I would just be completely and totally just knackered, just completely just exhausted. And then I would eat dinner, I'd maybe watch YouTube for an hour or two, and then I would, take a shower and go to sleep. And I did that for a pretty long time, actually. A pretty long time. And it was rough. And I had been trying every day to figure out a way to decompress. And honestly, I never thought streaming would be the one that would be able to succeed. I never did. I never thought that, because streaming is effort. Like, you have to expend effort to stream, right? Now, is it a lot? I don't know. That's a personal question that everyone has to answer. I don't think so. But there is effort that needs to be exerted. But it's kind of like exercise, right? Where you expend effort and energy, but weirdly, in return, you get even more energy. It's like it multiplies by doing so. And that's what stream is like for me, right? It's a muscle that I'm training every day, and it's something that I don't need a rest from. And if I do, I will make sure to take it because I don't want to exhaust my muscle. I'm using this analogy, so forgive me. I know it may not be very good, but, I've really enjoyed working out this muscle. It's been so much fun. It's so weird because, like, as soon as I get home, instead of thinking about, like, oh, I got to go to work tomorrow, I get to look forward to stream. And it's like, this is amazing, And so I really recommend that if you have something that, like, you want to do, but you just haven't done it, just start. Just do the first thing in the process of starting whatever that is and see if you like it. Because if you do, everything else will carry. For me, I had to find me, Asuka. Because, like I said, I didn't really want to be a PNG tuber. I said a lot, but here, let me see how good I am with TLDRing. Since I watched the VOD, I can also judge myself. So, hi, future Raz. Let's see how many I got. I was talking about how when I would get home from work, I would be exhausted, and I would just really have a few hours before I needed to shower and sleep. And ever since I started streaming, I really had this opportunity to realize that by putting in this this extra effort, even after spending all day doing stuff, that instead of getting more tired or more exhausted, just like exercise, I would exercise that muscle and get stronger. And because I've been doing that, instead of being in this weird, like, awful cycle, instead of coming home and being like, oh God, I got to go to work tomorrow, or I got to go do X tomorrow, I'm like, I can stream. I could stream later today. Like, it's exciting. And obviously in the future, if I need to take a break, I will. But besides that, I think I was talking about... let's see. I have a horrible memory. Of course I didn't write it down. But, yeah, I was just talking about how I randomly started doing this because I had the backgrounds and stuff. I had it all basically set up, but I was missing one thing. I was missing Asuka, which is me, my model. Oop, I accidentally went in front of my mic. Me. And my favorite color is white. And my secondary favorite color is gold. How unimaginably coincidental is it that I find exactly what I'm looking for? Right. Now, I look like the discount Ike Evelyn. I understand. But, I absolutely love it. Because it fits the vibe that I want to go with. It fits the look that I want to go with. And now that I've started using Asuka, which is the name of the model, I feel like I have a responsibility to carry it on for as long as I can. Now, do I hope in the future to, like, maybe get a new model? Yeah, but that's going to be way down the line and hundreds and thousands of dollars later, which I don't have. But I think if I ever do end up doing that, I'm going to use the creator of this model to do it. Because I can't think of any greater thank you than... allowing the person that gave me what is essentially something to look forward to at the end of the day, instead of constantly dreading working the next. I can't think of a better thank you. And not only do they get the how grateful I am, but they also get to monetarily benefit from it. So in every avenue they get to benefit, which is what I obviously, you know, this is all fantasy land in the future, but if that becomes a reality, I'm really looking forward to it. But let's see here. Yeah, let me talk about one more topic and then I'm going to close out stream because, you know, it looks like Rye's having bad internet. Looks like Ren's trying to figure out stuff. And also, I got to go soon, which, it's how it goes. It's how it goes. Yeah, in a few minutes, just a few. But I do want to talk about one more thing, and I'm trying to think of something really good. Yeah, I know. I as of recently, because my goal has been to kind of stream about an hour, right? Because I think that, like, if I was aiming for growth, like excessive growth and reach, I would stream like 5 hours a day. But I can't physically do that. I don't have the facilities, you know. I don't have the power to do that. So I wanted to focus on doing these consistent everyday streams for a short amount of time. But like you've been seeing, these past few streams have been pretty long. Like I think yesterday's was like almost 2 hours, which is awesome, by the way. I'm perfectly fine with that. In fact, that's really cool because yeah, an hour and 45 minutes. Like that's awesome. Cause like I'm always worried about like, okay, what is the quality of the stream, right? What is the interesting value of this stream? And that's why I try to like the titles, generally speaking, will be kind of centered around what I'm talking about, or at least will be the interesting thing. Because like I said, my goal is to be interesting throughout the entire stream, but also my interest or what I'm trying to do is be interesting once. And that's why I try to do it at the beginning of the stream so that if someone clicks on the VOD or if someone clicks on the stream right at the beginning, they get a really nice song to introduce them to the stream and something interesting so that they don't feel like they wasted their time. But have you looked into it? Yeah, actually, I would love to do long streams. Obviously, they're probably going to happen on weekends and maybe even at different times depending on how things work out. But really, I'm going to aim on going like, okay, maybe like a Saturday or a Friday at like 7 p.m. doing like 5-6 hour thing. Blah, blah. Oh. Sorry. But yeah, looked into the thing. No, I'll look at it after stream because we're closing out soon anyway. So, and I'll talk to you about that. But, what was that? Oh yeah. Like longer games. Like I have a bunch of games that I would love to just spend 5 hours playing. Like I have not played Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, so when I played Honkai Star Rail, I'm gonna move some stuff. Hopefully it doesn't break anything. Cool. Actually, no. Honkai Star Rail didn't need an emulator. It had a Windows client, which I'm grateful for. Yeah, but it shouldn't take long. But that too. Yeah, like my goal, like I was saying though, is setting up the iPad and getting it connected, and then what we can do is like maybe like I don't know, like a Blue Archive stream or something like that and all that. But I like I said, I have this choice paralysis at the moment. Like that's one of the reasons why today is just chatting. Like I fully intended to play a game, but I was like, oh crap, I don't know which one. And then it's like, oh god, it's 6:45. What do I do? and then I take out my book, and you know, trusty Marcus Aurelius gives me an interesting thing to talk about. So thank you, Marcus, even though you roasted me. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking of doing Blue Archive, maybe even Genshin. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I think there is, like, even if I don't play it for a long time, I think it may be just interesting to just play it for the first time and then just kind of see if I like it or not. Because with Honkai Star Rail, I still remember, like, I was looking and I was like, oh, I get why people like this. Because the writing was really good. I was like, what? Isn't this like a phone game? Why is the writing so good? Because I'm used to, like, you know, crappy Flappy Bird and, like, what is it called? The one where you're the gator and you're trying to do the pipes and crap. I don't remember it. Just blah, blah, blah. Let me see here. Yeah, looks like I'm going to have to hash a few things out. Yeah, find my water. Oh, God. What is it called? Gator phone game old. Yeah, you're right. Where's my water? You're absolutely right. Oh my god, that is exactly what it's called. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close out stream because I think I've talked about a few things, but I'm not going to come up with some coup de grace. But yeah, I will talk to you guys shortly, and I will definitely see you tomorrow. And it probably will. I'll do this. Instead of having choice paralysis, I guarantee I'll be playing a game tomorrow. Don't know which one, but I'll be playing a game. So now instead of being paralyzed, I'll be forced to choose something. Reverse psychology. Hell yeah. But yeah, I appreciate everyone coming by, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.